Today. Okay, yeah. So my name is Chandan Sharma. Today I'll be hosting this event that we have for the mental talks. We have Rahul Joshi with us. Before the introduction of us, we are just proceeding with the introduction of the Prageta Foundation, and then I'll be handing over to Rahul. I'm just sharing my screen. Uh, yeah. Can you see my screen, Rahul? Okay. Okay. So, talking bit of the Prageta Foundation, this is the leadership of the Prageta Foundation, Miss Mamta ma'am. Mamta Yadav, she's the one who is the helping hand behind this foundation, and Ajit Yadav, he's the president of the Prageta Foundation. Then, basically, our vision of foundation is that yeah. So the basic vision for our foundation is that we need to serve the society and make it more better, and we can so that we can help each and every individual to grow. And we also focuses like our major and primarily sector that we are focusing on is the education of all the age group people, and we're also providing the facilities to the health. We are also providing the health facilities and women empowerment and various awareness programs, mental talks for which we are here today, and the social awareness for the various aspects of living. Yeah. Talking about the next. So these are few of our projects that's being self-initiated by us. This is the project Agaj, wherein we are educating the students, wherein we are, we are enhancing the social awareness among the students. Then is the project Lakshay, wherein we are just letting the students to understand what their goals are, and accordingly they can achieve their goals. And once they achieve it, we recognize them with the certain awards. There is the project Jagrati. This is what the awareness is, spreading the awareness among the women's is what the project Jagrati is. Say Yes to Healthy Mind is also one of the project for which we are here today with Rahul. And then is the COVID-19. So we are also the one who have supported a lot of COVID persons by extending our helping hand towards them. Then, yeah, so few of our glimpses where we are, where we are supporting the different people. This is one of the sector of this is one of the seminar the mental talks with Sandeep sir. Then these are the few, the COVID children where we are extending our helping hand. This is the person, this Sandeep, he is spreading the mental awareness among the different villages and among the different parts of India. This is the one wherein we are helping the students. This is we are spreading few of our helping hands towards the women by helping them. And this is our Silai Center in Gurgaon, wherein we are just helping the women to understand and to live their livelihood so that they can be independent of them, so that they can be independent. Thank you. Okay, yes, Rahul, over to you. So we are having a Rahul today. He is, I think my words are very less, you please, I think you should introduce yourself. My words are very less introducing you. Yes, please, Rahul, over to you.
Thanks a lot, Chandan. Thanks a lot, Chandan. And really heartening to see the work that Prageta Foundation is doing. It's amazing. And so let me introduce myself. My name is Rahul Joshi. I'm basically a lead software engineer by profession. It's been almost 11 years I've been working with Adobe Systems in Delhi NCR region. And besides that, I'm also associated with the Art of Link organization as a faculty. So I've been teaching with the Art of Link for past 8 years. I've taught the courses of Art of Link, the happiness program, the Yes Plus workshop, the youth workshops, or the online breath and meditation workshops to lots and lots of people across different segments. So be it in corporates in organizations like Tata or in Maruti or BHL government organizations, or in colleges like IMT Ghaziabad or NIFT, or in Noida and JSS, and in outside also to a lot of people. And I have seen the transformation that people have witnessed through the workshops of Art of Living that we have been conducting. So I would say that we both are partners. The Prageta Foundation and Art of Living is both are partners in one same root cause. Art of Living started almost 40 years back under the guidance of Shri Ravi Shankarji. His name is Shri Ravi Shankarji. And with one single aim. The aim was to bring smile on people's face, and that smile never fades away in any of the situation, right? Whatever be the circumstance, whatever be the situation, your smile stays with you, right? To create a stress-free, violence-free society. So that was the aim that with which Art of Living started. And today I'm proud to say that we have millions and millions of followers. Every single day, thousands and millions of people are practicing the techniques of Art of Living, Sudarshan Kriya, just to have a mental, healthy lifestyle. So that's about me. That's about the organization.
Okay.
Over to you, Chandan. Yeah.
Yeah. So, thank you, Rahul. It's amazing. So, today we are here for, I have seen the topic, do you have the courage to bring forth the treasures that are hidden within you? So, there are many people, they are suffering from few of the things, but they are so insecure of sharing with the people. Or even I have seen many people, they could not able to, visit to the doctors because they are ashamed, what are they suffering from? So, I would like you to, throw some insights on these things and to proceed. How can we bring that smile on the people's face, and it should last forever? Because I have seen many people, for a shorter moment of time, we are fine, and when the circumstances comes or when the situation comes, even it happens with me, so it all mess ups, and the focus which should be primary focus which should be there, it's not there. So just want your insights on this. How can it be helpful for us and for the other people who have joined this? Yes, please, over to you.
True, Chandan. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
And it's very important in the Indian culture. It's very important for us to understand what is mental wellness, because this is a
Mhm.
term that has got newly introduced to us. But the science behind it, the technique, the technology behind it, everything remains since ages. It is
Yeah.
just that people have brought this term in front, right? And people have started talking about it. The thing that we really need to understand here is that people, we all of us, we can observe that in our day-to-day life, every single day, our actions are governed by our emotions and by our thoughts, right?
Hmm.
Whatever I'm doing today, it's because of those emotions or those thoughts that I'm getting. So, for example, a very simple example: Monday morning, if I'm feeling very tired, I would be very lazy. I don't want to get up from my bed. I don't want to go to office. I don't want to connect to a work from home. I
True.
want to watch Netflix. Every single thing I want to do, but I just don't want to do the mundane, repetitive stuff.
That's
Right?
true. Yeah.
Some days when you are very, very energetic, enthusiastic, you want to finish all the tasks. Right?
That's true.
Be it your office, be it at your home, Diwali cleaning, everything at the house, you want to do the same thing, right? The
True.
same day, right? Similarly, some days when we are irritated, we don't want to talk to people, right? Some days when I'm very jealous, I get I start comparing with small things, small situations. Every person who is around me, right? So what is happening is with every emotion, as per my emotion is, I'm acting according to that in my life. The science is, if I can handle my emotions, if I can handle my thoughts, if I'm able to see or watch the patterns in which my mind works, I'll be able to live the life which I want to live rather than being living a life which I have to live.
Okay.
Isn't it? Right?
Yeah. True.
As simple as that. And that is where mental wellness comes into picture. Right? See, we have always spoken a lot about physical well-being, physical wellness. You go to gym, you do stuff, you do swimming, you do cycling. We have spoken a lot about it, but we have never catered to this mental wellness, right? We have a life, we have a mind, we have thoughts, we have emotions, but how to work on that level? That is where mental wellness comes into picture, right? And truly, when my journey started, the science, the importance of the techniques which we already have, when I started realizing, when I started reading about these things, when I started learning about these things, I realized that this is something really, really important for each and every single person to have, right? Probably we'll share it today to more and more people. But that is a importance of mental wellness today in today's society. What do you think, Chandan? Right?
That's true. That's really true. And when you say, to control the emotions, how come I can, how come? Because you're very true. When the Monday started, it's like we are so energetic, and with all the things I have to do, yes. And when the Tuesday comes, that comes, that endo decreases. I'm sorry, vice versa. So you said on the Monday I'm so tired because of the weekends, and on the Tuesday, all that endo increases. So how can I control all those emotions, what's being there? Honestly, I tried a lot. I do so much exercise in the morning, workout, meditation, but still it happens. It's there throughout the day. So how to control that?
True, very true, very true. So we need to understand that there is another very interesting science behind it, that we exist on different levels, different patterns.
Hmm.
So in our mind, we have created lots of impressions through the experiences that we have received, lots of concepts that we have received, that we have understood in past, right?
Hmm.
Those concepts, those impressions are governing our life a lot of time.
That's true.
Sometimes our intellect is clouded with lot of doubts, lot of confusions, that it is not able to take right decisions at the right point of time,
That's true.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That also is one of the cause. Sometimes my focus is just not there. When I'm talking to people, my focus stays for just 2 minutes and then it starts wandering every single where, right?
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
That is also a pattern of mind.
Yeah.
Then sometimes I am very reluctant, hesitant to talk to people around, right? There is a subtle ego which comes into picture. Oh, how can I be comfortable, or how can I not be comfortable in this situation? So what is happening is, my in the realm of mind, there are a lot of things which are governing my mental wellness, right? And once we start understanding the patterns of mind, then we can start searching for a solution to those patterns of mind, right?
Okay.
One of the solution, which as you asked, is just right under your nose. This is something which Gurudev Ravi Shankar ji says a lot. This is a thing which has been with us forever and will stay with us forever. What is that? Breath, right?
Sorry.
Breath.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Uh, the first act of our life, we breathed it in, right? And then
Yeah.
we started crying. And the last act of my life, we'll breathe out. Hopefully, somebody else will cry, right?
That's true.
And the entire life is just between this one breath in and one breath out. And this
Okay.
is where the entire drama comes into picture of the life, right?
Hmm.
The interesting part is, every single day we eat 2 kgs of food. Every single day we drink at least 2.5 liters of water. But every single day, do we realize that we breathe in and out at least 10,000 liters of air? Nobody realizes that, right?
True. Yeah.
This is something really, really powerful, right? And breath as a tool has been there with us since ages, right? The science behind the breath, the techniques of pranayama, meditation, Sudarshan Kriya, all these things are linked to breath, right? And this is where using breath as a tool, as a technique, we can tap our emotions, we can tap our mind, right? So when I started reading about the science of breath, there's a big science of breath. I can talk about it. And the importance of breath, then I realized that, oh, this is something really, really important for me to start inculcating in my life. Right? Even today, if you wear Apple iWatch, you will start seeing that every morning the Apple iWatch will start saying, start breathing.
Yes. Yes. That happens. Yeah.
Right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So now technology, now people, now science is understanding the importance of breath, right? And I'll talk about it, but I'll leave it here that breath is a very subtle uh, tool, a subtle technique through which I can tap my mind, I can tap my emotions.
Okay, okay. So, sometimes it happens. I'm relating with my own self. When you're so excited for something, automatically your breath increases, right? Or if something happens, it starts increasing and you could feel your heartbeat, right? So, again, I would like to ask you a few techniques. How can I what you say? to put my breath in the normal way it is. I tried a lot. I often tries, but I fails. For some time, it's there in my mind. Yes, I have to control it, but then it fails. So what exactly is the technique you would like to share with us regarding this? Mhm.
That's very true. That's very true, Chandan. And the thing that you shared, how your breath is linked to emotions, this is the actual importance, the actual science of breath. Let me
Okay.
talk a little bit about it, and then I'll come to the technique, actual technique. So, with every emotion, you see that there's a particular breath pattern which is attached to it, right? So, for example, when I'm angry, if you observe how's my breath, it's more
Very
fast and rapid,
yes,
right?
yes,
Isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Whenever I'm sad, how's my breath then?
Very low.
Yes, the
Yes,
exhalation becomes more predominant. Oh, फिर से fail हो गया. Oh, I'm so
exactly.
down. Right? Isn't
Yeah,
it? Whenever I'm really, really happy, how's my breath?
very
Yes, the
yes,
inhalation becomes more predominant. Oh, I'm so excited. Wow, it's such a
yes.
jackpot. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Simple example. This I think everyone will relate.
Mhm.
How was your breath when you had fallen in love for the first time?
Oh my God. Amazing. Out of the world.
Right. That time you didn't
Yeah,
realize that you were breathing in and out or not.
exactly. You could not
Right?
able to even realize is this something exists or not. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So the science says that with every emotion, there's a particular breath pattern which is attached to it. So if my breath is actually impacting my emotions, can vice versa be also possible? Can my breath, so if my emotions are impacting my breath, can vice versa be also possible? Can my breath impact my emotions? Right. And that is where the ancient practices of pranayam, yoga, meditation, Sudarshan Kriya, all these things come into picture. Right. What do we do in these spiritual activities is we just become aware of our breath. We just tap our breath. And once we start doing it, we automatically observe that, yes, I'm able to handle my emotions. I'm able to handle my thoughts. Right? See, this is something which our grandparents, parents have been telling us since ages. Oh, when you get angry, you take some 10 deep breaths in and out.
True.
But the actual thing is when you actually get angry, you'll slap the person first, and then you'll realize, oh, I have to breathe in and out.
That's true.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So the part was knowledge was there. We knew that the breath is linked to emotions and breath can help. But technique, somewhere we lost. The practices of yogas, meditation, so the Shankara, we lost it somewhere. But then again, we have started revising it, reviving it, right? And this is the crux of breath. And another very interesting thing. So it may sound what we have been talking, I and Chandan have been talking, it may sound a little spiritual on the side. But interestingly, there is a medical science around breath also.
Okay.
If you see, medically, it's proven that 90% of the toxins of body can be exhaled out by our breath.
Oh, really?
But the unfortunate part is human body utilizes only 30% of its lung capacity in the entire lifetime. It's a wonder, you know.
True. Yeah.
90% toxins can be exhaled out by breath. And nobody knew that, right? Only when medically it started, people started researching about it, people started talking about it. Oh, this is actually true, right? That is where we have started seeing in this pandemic situations that doctors are now recommending that you do some breathing techniques, you do some pranayams so that your lung capacity increases,
That's
right?
true.
This is the actual medical science behind it, right? And another very interesting thing that we have all observed, right? The interesting thing is breath is also a source of energy in our life,
Okay.
right? See, for us, mostly people consider food as a source of energy. खाना खाने से बहुत ऊर्जा मिल जाती है,
True. True.
right?
True. Yeah.
And then sometimes people know that, okay, if I sleep, also if I take good rest, then also I get energy. Perfect, right?
Yes.
But then I'll ask everyone who is here or maybe who's watching, just do a 30 seconds thing, go and lift something which is really, really heavy in your house, and then come back. You will realize that all of you have something common. And what is that? When you were lifting that heavy thing, you breathed in. And then when you wanted to relax, you breathed out.
That's
Right?
true. Yes.
isn't it? You
Yes.
want to go to 10th floor of a building and the lift is not working, and you have to walk up all the 10th floor by ladders. The first thing that you will do after reaching the 10th floor, you'll breathe in and out.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? The
Yes.
interesting thing is, breath is automatically energizing the body. Subtly, we are using it, but we are not aware about it, right? And that is where this entire science of breath comes into picture, right?
Okay. Hmm.
And that's the whole crux of spirituality, essence of spirituality. How to use breath as a tool, how to use this thing which was there with us for ages, right? I've spent 20, 30 years already breathing in and out, but I have not realized the importance of breath,
True.
right?
True.
And this human body minus breath, you won't call it as a body. You won't call it as a person sitting here. You will just call it as a dead person, dead man, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It's such an important critical thing. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. It's amazing. I've taken few of the notes of few facts that even though I'm aware of, but I'm not using it, right? Okay. So the next question is, I have heard a lot of this art of living, and when we say meditation, it is like pointing towards a one single point of life. I would like you to throw some more insights on the meditation and how it helps throughout the day. I do it. I sit at the morning, I wake by 5 o'clock, and then my exercise. I tried, but no. Means I could not able to sit for even a 5 or the 10 minutes just by concentrating on some single point. Would like to, can you please throw some more insights on this? How can I improve, and how can all the other people who have joined here can improve this particular technique or any other technique that it's been there. And one more thing I would like to share with you. I had been reading the book The Monk Who Sold Ferrari. I think you might be aware of, yeah. So there are certain techniques what's being shared in that book. I tried for, so it says that if you practice something for 21 days, it becomes your habit. And to get rid of the bad habits, you cannot get rid of the bad habit, but yes, you can improve, or you can improve those habits, right? So yes, please. I think these two of the questions are bit mixture of two, but I hope you understand. I just want you to please throw some insights on this. Yes, please.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is something which is really, really important, and now people are becoming aware. So we should know what practices we can do in our day-to-day life to inculcate this habit of meditation, breathing exercises in our day-to-day life. That's really, really important. First of all, we need to understand what is meditation. So there are some misconceptions about meditation that people have, right? One of the misconceptions about meditation is that this is something that you have to do after you are age of 40, 50, 60 years old, and
True, true, true.
you
That's
have
true.
just retired yourself, you want to go to Himalayas, there's no responsibility.
Yes, yes.
Then you start taking meditation, then you start doing. No, absolutely not. This is something which completes your life in the present moment. Right now, what you're doing, it just completes it. Second concept about meditation is people have a very weird concept that this is something very tough to do, right? You have to sit for long, you have to sit study, you have to be very strict in your schedule, you have to follow a specific diet and everything. Again, a misconcept. Yes, your meditation can improve, enhance, the effect can improve, enhance if you follow these guidelines, but it's not a necessity. Okay. Then the third thing that people have as a concept about meditation is in meditation, you have to focus somewhere, right?
Yes, yes,
You have to
yeah.
concentrate somewhere. Actually, it's incorrect.
It is
At the
correct.
level of incorrect,
Okay.
right? At the level of mind, the thing that works is effortlessness, right? So when you sit for meditation, you do not have to concentrate or you do not have to focus on anything. But the effect of meditation is after meditation, you will have an increased focus, enhanced concentration, right? That is the interesting thing about it. So, for example, right now, Chandan, let me take a short example with you right away. It can be a very practical thing, and people who are attending, people who are listening, they can also do it at their pace. So, Chandan, I'll request you to close your eyes for 30 seconds, just 30 seconds. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And now you being the most intelligent and intellectual person, you can think about anything in this world, but not about a monkey. Close your eyes, close your eyes. Yeah. And think about any single thing in this world, but not about a monkey. Right? Now this monkey is coming to your house, he has entered your house, he found a banana. But don't think about this monkey. Now this monkey is peeling the banana, he's eating the banana, and he's throwing that peel of banana on you. But don't think about the monkey. Now this monkey is just teaching you, but don't think about the monkey. Okay, open your eyes. What did you see?
It was all monkey. It was all
See,
monkey. I could visualize all the monkeys that you told me. Yeah.
true, very true. In the realm of mind, whatever tried to resist, that persists back. Whatever I try to focus on, concentrate on, that I do not want to think about anything, I do not want to think about anything when I'm meditating, the only thing that will come back is the same thoughts, same feelings, right? I don't want to think about my irritating boss or my nagging girlfriend.
True. Yes.
But the same thing that comes while you're meditating is the same irritating boss and nagging girlfriend.
Yes. True. That's true. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So while meditating, you do not have to focus. You do not have to put concentration on any single thing. Right? And then there are various schools of thoughts through which you can learn meditation practices, some breathing exercises. Right? One simplest way is go onto YouTube. Right? Search for some guided meditations. I usually prefer guided meditation by His Holiness Shri Gurudev, right? Because the meditations that he conducts, those are very practical and very simple. Those are short 10, 15 minutes meditation and very easy to do, right? And once you do it, you realize that, okay, it's working. It's really working, right? So people can just start practicing meditations online. Now it's an online world. You can use apps, you can use Headspace, but I usually prefer Art of Living, right? This is what I've practiced for more than past 15 years, and I found it working. But one thing which I really want to say for every single person, see, for education, you wanted to learn something, you went to a school, right? We send our kids to school so that they can have that education.
Yes.
Same science, same thing applies in spirituality, right? To learn meditation, some practices, some yoga, some pranayam, you really need to go to a school. You really need to go to a teacher who's learned in it, right? The online content can really help you to begin with something, to initiate something, right? But if you want to continue it for long, you should have a mentor, you should have a guide, right? That is what I usually believe, and I have seen that it really works, right?
Okay.
So
So,
some very simple breathing exercise, because you asked, I can just tell you a very simple breathing exercise can be every morning for at least 10 to 15 minutes, just breathe in fully and breathe out fully, right? Just becoming aware of the breath which is coming in and coming out fully, right? Totally filling up your lungs and totally squeezing it out for 10 to 15 minutes. You will automatically see that it will start working. As simple as that, right? Right. So the techniques are really easy.
okay. Yeah. I could relate it. When you were telling about the breathing and all, I could relate it with a very good example. I was lifting the 20 kg dumbbells, that barbell. And you could not imagine, I was just doing it like this. So my coach told me, no, you should breathe in. And it's just a matter of seconds. When I just breathe in with a deep breathing, I could lift it very easily, that 20 kgs that I've never lifted in my life. So that's true. That's very true that this plays a very important role. I had been going through all the write-ups that you have given me. There is one thing what I like the most. I would like to ask you that thing so that I could also implement, and all the other people who have joined could also implement. You have mentioned one thing, that you're a very average student, right? And though I'm the same, and then suddenly you have started the practices of meditation, and then I have seen the miracles, the gate and many things. I have tried gate so many times. I'm also engineering student. I was an engineering student. I've tried many times a gate, but no, it's not my cup of tea actually. So how come that creates a miracle?
True. Let me share my story for everyone because you know Chandan, but not everybody knows. So let me share it and then I'll come to the answer also.
True.
So my journey in art of living began as early as my childhood days when I was a teenager. My parents got introduced into art of living, the practices, Sudarshan Kriya, all way back in 1997. And they had this favorite pastime for both me and my sister that every vacation they would send us for an art of living workshop, and we hated it like anything.
It
Right?
happens. Yeah.
Who would want to go to an art of living workshop at a kid level? You would want to
I
go and enjoy with your fellow friends.
That's true. Yeah.
That was me at that time.
Okay.
2007, I was graduating in my engineering days and was far away from my home. And my parents knew that I could easily fall into a bad company. So one day my mother called me up and she said that there is a art of living workshop for youth, specifically youngsters, which is happening in a town. And I've paid for you, and you just go. Again, from an engineering student point of perspective, I would never go. I never do that, right? But because my parents had paid for it, I
I have
thought,
to
okay,
go.
let me just go. Let me just say, okay, I've done it. For their sake, I've done it.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
ended up doing it. And honestly, my behavior before that, my personality before that was very different. So I used to be a geek, introvert kind of a person who would sit in the corner bench of the classroom, never speak to anybody. And the worst part was if I had to talk to girls, I would never do that. That
Seriously?
was me. Yes.
Okay.
And somehow I ended up doing the workshop. I was forced, bulldozed, whatever happened. I just went and did the workshop. And those 4 days of the workshop, it transformed my life. The workshop was woven into such a practical way. They had so many games, interesting activities, processes, fun, that I never felt that they are teaching me meditation or some breathing exercise. It felt I'm just enjoying a fun event, or maybe a fest at with some friends. Right? It was so practical for me. And after the 4 days, I could observe the change in within me. There was such drastic transformation I could observe within me. On the fourth
Within
day of the
four
workshop,
days?
yeah, actually 4 days. On the
Okay.
fourth day of the workshop, I went to my teacher, the person who was conducting that workshop, and I said, I'm so feeling confident. I feel like talking to girls. And she said, please do that.
Okay.
Right? And even back in college, my fellow friends started seeing that there is a transformation. I was maybe unusually smiling. Even in the stressful situation, people were getting tired after 6 hours of their classes. I was very enthusiastic. Let's do something now after 6 hours of studies. So that was evident in front of my friends also. But the major actual part which happened was during my examinations. By the end of my graduation, I became the second ranker. So I was an average person, but I came out as second topper of the branch.
Wow.
And the same year, we gave GATE examination, and I scored 98.3 percentile in that.
Nice. Yeah.
And I proudly say that the topper of the branch, he was studying for like 16, 17, 18 hours a day, and he scored 99.1 percentile. I scored like hardly 4 to 5 hours a day for GATE. I scored 98.3, and there was a very less margin, and we both were getting same college.
And only 4 to 5 hours.
Yes, yes.
Amazing.
Why did it happen was, let me give you a very simple analogy for this. We all stay in Delhi. Most of us are staying in Delhi. If you have to go from Noida to airport in a usual time frame, it will take 1.5 hours, 2 hours. Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Yes. Yeah.
But if there is less traffic, how much time will it take?
It may take 30-35 minutes.
Absolutely, right. If you're very fast enough, it will take hardly 30-35 minutes. If there's less traffic, you will maximum reach in 45 1 hour. Right. What has changed is the traffic here. Right. Same is the analogy with mind. Mind is filled with so many thoughts. Every single day a human mind is bombarded with thousands and thousands of thoughts.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
consider these thoughts as traffic in the mind. If it
Okay.
is cluttered with the traffic, wherever you have to reach, it will take time. But if it is not cluttered with traffic, it will take lesser amount of time for you to reach there. Your focus will become more sharp. You'll be more concentrated towards your studies. You can complete your work, 8 hours work in just 4, 5, 6 hours. And
That's
that is
true.
what has started happening in my life.
Okay. But but how come you can reduce that traffic? It happens, even if we practice so much, automatically that traffic comes in. I would like to share one thing with you, because when I had been into here, so many friends would like to ask me this question. If someone is in some bad experience, the life teaches the bad experience, he just want to recover from it, he just want to come out from it, right? And then after he tries, or he or she tries for long, for long, for long, it's fine. But then after, you the same way you just told me the monkey should come again, right? So similar is, it's being there in your brain, I don't know in what part of your brain, but automatically it comes, and because of that you reduce your focus, right? So how can we get rid of that, those traffic what's being there, that continuously hits in your mind, and it hits so badly that whole your focus reduces, and whole your concentration reduces. And similar to this question, indirectly I'm asking you, how can we increase the productivity?
True. See, uh, one thing that really helps bringing focus clarity is if you're really, really busy, it will definitely bring your focus back. Okay. So, for example, we would not observe such a bombardment of thoughts you are when your exams are near. For students, when your exam is just one day ahead or one night before exam, you'll not be bombarded with a lot of thoughts of what is my girlfriend doing, or which movie is going to run. You're not doing that. You're totally focused, right?
Yes,
The
yes.
thing is awareness. Sometimes awareness brings your mind back in the present and back to focus, right? Second is awareness doesn't work every single time. For example, the activity that we did of the monkey, that was on the level of mind. So awareness doesn't work every single time. The second practical way is through meditation, through breathing exercises, or through Sudarshan Kriya. What happens is when you start practicing the breathing exercises, you start realizing that your clutter of the mind, whatever uh, impressions or negative emotions it has stored, it will automatically start coming out as toxins, or it will start releasing from the body. So there'll be more of space, more of freedom in the mind, more of calmness, more of centeredness in the mind. Right? This can be utilized to do more and more of interesting activity. Your creativity will increase. Your intuition starts increasing. Right? So automatically, when your intuition and creativity increase, you will be popped up with new ideas, new ways to do the same thing, same stuff. And that is where you innovate. That is where you start liking doing things, and you will increase your passion towards whatever you are doing, whatever task you're learning, your studies, your work. It will start automatically happening, right? So the science is again the same. Breathing exercises, Sudarshan Kriya, meditation. If you start practicing it every single day, it will automatically come and happen. Right?
Do we? Yeah. Hmm. Yes, please go ahead. You were saying something. I'm sorry.
So I was just saying one more thing here.
Yeah.
Uh, Anything that we have to do, we have to start seeing results in an activity. You have to do it for long, right? So, for example, you cannot lose weight by just going to one day to gym.
That's true. I had been trying from the past 3 months. Nothing happened.
Right?
Yeah.
Or nobody can start learn swimming in just 1 or 2 days. Or if you're
That's very
discontinuous,
true.
maybe you are doing one day in a week or 2 days in a week, you cannot start learning to swim, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Same is case here, right? In spirituality also, in meditation, breathing exercise also, the same is thing here. Ages ago, Patanjali, the author of Yoga Sutras, he said that anything that you have to do, it has to be done dirgha kale nairantar satkar sevita, right? You have to do it for long period with consistency and with reverence. Only with you, when you start doing it consistency and reverence, then you see that it starts fruiting. But but having said this, I don't want to say that it's very difficult and you have to do it for long. It worked for me in 4 days. I have seen for people who have done art filling workshops, it starts working within few days, within 2, 3, 4 days, or within 2, 3 sessions. So don't worry about that. You have to do it for long. You'll start seeing the effect within 2, 3, 4 days. But if you want to see much deeper effects, you have to do it, practice it for long.
Okay. Is there any online program for this, or we can join it so that so that it enhances? And the other thing for this is the Sudarshan Kriya. I've heard a lot of this, a lot. So many friends of mine is discussing, but I'm not aware of what exactly it is. If you can please help me. Or to all of us to help us what exactly it is, or it is just, or it is like just clear this one more thing. What's being there in my mind is the breathing, the control of the breathe, what meditation is, what we do, is that known as Sudarshan Kriya, or it is something different? Yes, please.
Right. So, yes, there are online workshops of art framing, the online breath and meditation workshops, which are happening almost every single week. And these are just 8 hours workshop, which are divided into 4 days. These are very practical and easy techniques that anybody can learn, anybody, right? And being in an online scenario, you have the freedom to sit anywhere at your home and do it,
True.
right? So
Yeah,
these are very
yeah.
simple workshops and practical workshops. For Sudarshan Kriya, specifically the technique you have to learn while once you come into the workshop. But I can just share you one very simple thing about Sudarshan Kriya is, as I said that there are, with every emotion there's a breath pattern attached to it. So it is just a frequency of the breath. It's just a pattern of breath in which we take our breath consecutively, repetitively, right?
Okay,
And
okay,
then you start seeing that it is affecting me positively. Okay,
okay, okay.
it's actually affecting me positively. Your mind becomes more calm, relaxed, centered. See, a very similar thing happens in pranayam. What is a pranayam? Pranayam is a posture of the body linked to the breath, right?
Okay.
When a breath is linked to the posture of the body, then you start seeing it as a pranayam. What is pranayam? It's just channelizing the energy or the prana within the body into specific portions of the body, specific areas of the body. Similar thing happens in Sudarshan Kriya. You are just becoming aware of the pattern of the breath. You take your breath into specific patterns, and then you start seeing that yes, it's affecting my brain, it's affecting my thoughts, my mind, emotions. I'm becoming more centered, calm, peaceful, relaxed. That is what is Sudarshan Kriya. Right? But yeah,
So
again, it's way too difficult to explain it in words. It's way too simple to explain it in experience.
that's true, that's true. So you mean the postures of our body, that this also affects
Yes. What do we do in yoga? Right?
to sit very
We
straight? Yeah. Yeah, this is in
right.
my words. Yeah.
Yoga is 8 limbs. One of it is the postures, right? One of the limb of the yoga is postures. So that limb is how you take your body into specific postures, and it automatically starts affecting your brain, right? See, there is a very interesting science again medically. Uh, a lot of our nerves of our body end on the toe of your foot, right?
Come
So
again
that
with
is
this
where you
statement.
lot of your nerves of the body, lot of the veins of the body end on the toe of the foot, right?
Okay.
So that is where acupuncture comes into picture. You just pinch your foot and you will start realizing that, okay, something is happening in my body. You feel nice, right? Right?
Yeah.
Similarly, very similarly here, right? So what is happening in this is you are just, uh, when you are breathing in and out, or when you are doing Sudarshan Kriya, when you are doing the pranayams,
Hmm.
your nerves, your veins, your blood flow starts increasing, your body starts responding to the breath,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm. Okay.
Uh, your nutrition, your digestion starts increasing through the breath, right? That is all how it starts affecting mind, thoughts, patterns, emotions, and feelings. So specifically in science, for a medical person, he would understand the four hormones which starts getting secreted when you start doing Sudarshan Kriya. One is dopamine, second
Okay.
is oxytocin, third
Okay.
is serotonin, and fourth is endomorphin. Right? All of
Dopamine is
these,
a
yeah, yeah,
sorry to interrupt you. Dopamine is a excitement hormone, right?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Dopamine is excitement. Oxytocin is more of space and calmness, serenity. Serotonin is more of social, and you feel so friendly, you feel so happy and joyous in front of people. And then endomorphin is like pain reliever, right?
Okay.
All of these four hormones start secreting in your body. That is what happens when you start meditating, when you start doing Sudarshan Kriya. So
Okay.
it's a, again, as I said, experiential thing, melody khao khud jaan jao.
That's true. That's true. Wow, that's amazing. Even I just want to learn the Sudarshan Kriya now because I can feel with your experiences how much it's helping. That's amazing. I can you Rahul, one request. Can you see the questions on your screen? Because I don't know, I had been facing few issues with my Zoom link that I cannot see the questions, the
Yeah,
Q&A.
so in the chat box, I have not received any questions. If there is any question which have come personally to you, I don't know, but I've not received any questions. But yeah, we can definitely ask the joinees here today. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask on the chat box. We are there to answer it.
Yes.
Hi Rahul.
Yeah, Tanuj, please go ahead.
Yes,
Hi
please.
Rahul. Hope you are doing well and healthy. So my question over here is you give a lot of good knowledge about the breathing exercise and breathings. I want to know this is the time of Diwali and this time we all know pollution is at the high peak near NCR. So what do you suggest for the breathing?
Right. Very true, Tanuj, very true and very important question for at least Delhi NCR people here. With the increase in pollution, how do we start? Can we continue our breathing exercises? Can we actually do it? I would suggest don't go out in nature, or if you're doing a breathing exercise, breathing patterns, breathing techniques, don't go out in gardens or outside and do it. Please don't do that. Right? Preferably do it at your home, right? At home, inside a room where you see that the AQI level is pretty low, pollution is very less. This is a place where it definitely you can continue to practice your breathing exercise. But at certain point of time in Delhi NCR in the past few years, we have seen that
Yes, Tanuj, we are done. Anyone else? Okay, so Rahul, then my questions.
sure,
Yeah. Okay. So, I got everything, the breathing exercise and the science that you told me behind everything. There is one more thing. We often says our mental thoughts, what we think, it affects. It changes a lot of things, right? So there is one more thing. Whenever some people says you negative, right? You should not focus on that negative thing. You should be strong enough or elated enough to to focus on what's right for you, or I can say to digest something good, right? Not to digest something which is not of your which will hamper all each and every cell of your body. But it happens opposite, you whenever the people say the thing what you don't have to digest, you digest that rather than the thing what you have to digest. How can I get rid of this thing?
very true, very true. So this is where the actual awareness towards patterns of mind come into picture, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Mind has this tendency to continuously clinch to negative emotions, negative happenings that have happened in with me in my life. Right? See, I'll give a very simple example. And then you are working in an IT industry. During your appraisal period, your manager calls you and tells you, Chandan, you have been working so good. You have done a very fabulous work in the company. You have given such good presentations. The client is so happy. The customer is really, really happy with the amount of work that you have done. The quality that you have delivered is amazing, amazing. I tell you, you are very good. But Chandan, you just have to start coming on time. Okay. Now, in this entire conversation, your manager gave you 10 compliments, but one criticism. What would you remember?
I would just remember that one criticism.
Absolutely correct.
And it
Right?
happens with me. It happens with me most of the time.
Absolutely correct. Right?
Yeah.
Mind has this tendency to clinch to negative emotions, negativity. Right? And this is what happens. Somebody gives you 10 compliments, one criticism. What do we remember? One criticism. Right? Years of friendship, but one fight, You will remember that one fight for ages, not the years
True.
of friendship.
Yes, yes, that
Right?
happens. Yeah, yeah.
This is the pattern of mind. This is the way mind works. And you cannot change it. Nobody can change it. Right? Emotions are bound to come. Negative emotions, negative experiences are bound to happen in life. Right? There will be some experiences where sometimes you will fall, you will sometimes rise, you will be escalated, you will be elated, you will be sad. Right? These are bound to happen. But with the practices that what we're speaking about, the spiritual practices of Sudarshan Kriya, meditation, breath, breathing techniques, you can be more centered in these experiences. So rather than these experiences affecting us for more long period, it may affect us for a shorter period, right?
Okay.
Gurudev usually says it very keenly that with practice, your anger can be as small as uh, creating a line on water, right? How long does it stay? It hardly
Maybe.
stays for a second or maybe
Yeah.
minutest, right?
Yes, yes.
That can happen with practices, right?
Okay. So you mean consistency plays over here?
Yes, definitely consistency plays in everything, but
Hmm.
starting is more important. Initiation
That's
is more important.
That's true. So, would you like to share a few of the links, or I mean, how can we go through this? Because I'm not aware of, how can I, if I just want to start it just after your session or tomorrow, what is the route? What is the path for this? Is it I need
Absolutely.
to register somewhere, or how? Yes, please.
Right. So the easiest way is log on to artofliving.org, right?
One moment. Let me
And
take a note of it.
yeah,
Art of living.
yeah,
Okay.
artofliving.org.
Okay.
And on that website, that's a home page. There is a link find courses. You'll
Mhm.
go to that find courses. You will find n number of courses and specific courses for your segment, right? So there can be a course specifically for corporates. There can be a course specifically for kids. There will be a course specifically for teenagers or for anybody or for senior people, right? Aged people. So there are customized course for every single person. The essence, Sudarshan Kriya remains same in all the courses, but the way of delivery changes, right?
Okay.
For a youth, he doesn't want a blank face with a meditation. He would want a jolly and enthusiastic games filled, fun filled something,
Yes.
right? That is what
Right.
is there. So these all are there. You just log on to
सर
artoflink.org. You can
प्लीज
enjoy.
स्पीक इन हिंदी आल्सो
Yes, yes, Jaydev. So मैं जैसा बता रहा था चंदन को, आप artofliving.org वेबसाइट पे जाके सर्च कर सकते हैं. या सॉरी, सो artofliving.org वेबसाइट पे आप जाके सर्च कर सकते हैं कोर्सेज के लिए कि आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग के जो जो कोर्सेज हो रहे हैं, और ये सारे कोर्सेज कस्टमाइज होते हैं, राइट? कुछ कोर्सेज सिर्फ बच्चों के लिए है, कुछ कोर्सेज सिर्फ बूढ़ों के लिए है, तो वैसे आप कोर्सेज कर सकते हैं. 4 दिन का प्रोग्राम 8 घंटे का, यू कैन इजीली फाइंड इट. आप आराम से उसको वहां पे ढूंढ सकते हैं, राइट? या चंदन.
And a last question of mine, because we are running short of time, so I'll just take few more minutes of yours, right? I'll try with this thing in Hindi so that everyone who do not understand them also understand. हम लोग हमेशा ऐसा बोलते हैं कि reading it helps a lot, right? So wanted you to suggest some of the books to us, so wherein it helps. So we often says, if you wake in the morning, the first thing you should do is to read something so that it's there in your mind, it's engrossed in your mind, and throughout, you know that first thought which comes with the help of the reading, it elates you throughout the day, right? So yes, please, or please correct me if my understanding towards this thing is wrong. Like, just correct me if I'm wrong for this thing. Yes,
नो
please.
नो चंदन, आई वुड से योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज नॉट रॉन्ग. आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग गलत नहीं है.
Okay.
In my experience, I would honestly say I'm not an avid reader. मैं इतना पढ़ता नहीं हूँ. I don't read that many books. और मैंने बहुत पहले से सुना है, पोथी पढ़ पढ़ जगमुआ होए, ढाई अक्षर प्रेम के पढ़े से पंडित होए. Right? So
True.
in my experience, practical experience of life, practical experience of the techniques really work, right? जो भी चीज आप अपने अनुभव से या फिर दूसरों के अनुभव से सीख सकते हो, वो आपको शायद किताबों में इतना नहीं मिल पाएगा, right? That is the essence, I would say. But that doesn't mean that you should not read books. आपको किताबें नहीं पढ़नी चाहिए ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा. Definitely go ahead and read books. Some of the books I would recommend is from Art of Living only, I can say, Celebrating Life, Celebrating Silence. These are two books which you can definitely go and read, right? Or for students, I would say go and read this book, Ready, Study, Go, right? These are really, really interesting books. And आप जब इनको पढ़ेंगे, Ready, Study, Go या Celebrating Life, Celebrating Silence, you will find that the techniques which are shared, these are really actually practical there, right? The thoughts or every day-to-day thought that has been shared in these books, it really works. It really works, right? So that is all from the book side.
Okay. Last question. Last question. It's there in my mind continuously, so I just thought of asking you. There is one line written in The Monk of Ferrari. I'm sorry, I'll try to speak in Hindi. कि आपको, you know, I mean, wherever you sit, you should take a you should take a proper place while you are meditating, right? So it's not like every day you should change. So when meditating, even if you're breathing, if you're just controlling your breath, there should always be a proper place and it should not change. How is this statement true, or how, like, your insights on this thing?
True, very true. So when we say दीर्घ काले निरंतर सत्कार से होता है, जब हम ये बोलते हैं तो सत्कार से होता है, reverence, right? Reverence says that you practice the technique at one place at the same time every single day.
Yeah, right.
Right?
This is what I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So reverence says that कि अगर आप इसको सत्कार की तरह करना चाहते हो तो आप हर दिन एक ही जगह पे और एक ही समय पे उसको करो, right? So then you start bringing it as a habit. See, a very simple example is we daily do brush our teeth, right?
Yeah.
And we have made a reverence about it, right? We go to the same bathroom, same place every single day at the almost same time to breathe, to brush, right? That is how it has become a habit. हम हर बार एक ही जगह पे जाके उसी जगह पे उसी समय पे almost जाके brush करते हैं, तो वो एक habit बन गया है, right? Now it is a part of life which I cannot live without. एक दिन में अगर brush नहीं करूँ तो मैं लगता है, right? This is true, right? But I would say for beginners, please don't get more complex with this thought कि ओ मेरे को एक जगह पे डेली उसी समय पे करना पड़ेगा, कैसे करूँगा? No. Spirituality has given you all freedom, right? आपको पूरा freedom मिलता है. You practice the techniques anytime during the day. हाँ, with light stomach, not with a heavy stomach. छोला भटूरा खा के मत करना. Right? With light stomach you do it. And you do it anytime during the day, anywhere, right?
Okay.
Spirituality gives you that freedom, but you do it, right? For beginners, it's very important that they start initiating, they start doing. जो नए सीख रहे हैं वो एक बार एटलीस्ट चालू करें. Then if you feel like कि अच्छा मेरे को एक समयबद्ध करना है, if I have to time bound it, if I have to restrict to a place, you can do that eventually.
Okay. Rahul, it's really amazing experience. I have taken ton of notes which will gonna help me. I hope other participant has also taken. Thank you so much for being the part of our organization. It really means a lot to all of us. I would like to thank to you on the behalf of all the members of the Prageta Foundation, and thank you so much, Rahul. It's amazing experiences. Seriously.
Thanks a lot, Chandan. Thanks a lot, Chandan, for having me here, and I'm really happy that Prageta has come up with such an interesting idea to inspire more and more people towards this mental wellness. And I'm really sure that with this initiative of yours and whatever activities you have been doing will reach newer heights, will really reach every single person on this planet. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you so much. I guess someone is saying something. If someone, I guess someone is saying something.
Thank you, Rahul sir. You have a lot of knowledge. आपने देखा है, आपने बहुत अच्छी तरह के explain किया है इसको. So thank you very much.
Thanks a lot,
Thank you also. आपका भी मैडम बहुत thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, Rahul, I hope we'll see you very soon in our next session. And thank you so much, Rahul. Means a lot to us. Thank you so much.
Bye. Thanks. Thanks a
Okay,
lot.
bye. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye. Take care.